36 cents in my account. This is not a joke.
I have 12.
We were all drowning in
Alright.
How are
student
you
loan debt.
broker than me?
Bro, doesn't
Dude.
matter. All right.
Well, yeah. So, like my friend over here said, we are Broke Boys Gaming, bringing you the best of the best type of gaming news throughout the gaming community. Guys, want to start with some introductions, real quick, and yeah, let's just have some fun. So,
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I'll just go first.
Okay.
So, name's Christian. You know, it's yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, Christian, dude.
Yeah. My name's Christian.
Yeah.
Hi.
All right,
hi.
stop talking about religion. Get to your name.
What are your favorite? What are your favorite
Delicious.
games, Christian? What are your favorite games?
My favorite games. All right, I would definitely have to say, probably Pokemon Red and Blue when I was about 5, 6 years old. That would definitely have to be one
Classic.
of my favorite. I know it's fantastic. It's amazing. Probably like some Kingdom Hearts series games as well. I know a lot of people, shit on the series, but it's fun. It's fun titles for me, and kind of just whatever. I don't know. I like a lot of games. There's a lot of shit out there that's just great right now. Witcher 3, recommended by Mr. Jared himself, who's in the stream.
Lit.
Yeah, that's Ghost Rider.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Nice transition to our friend Jared. Here we
So
go.
I mean I should go then, huh? All right. Well, let's see here. My name's Jared, obviously.
Yeah.
Favorite game right now. Currently, my favorite game is The Witcher 3, but my favorite game series is Assassin's Creed. Now I get shitted on a lot for
Yes,
this,
you
Yes,
do.
he does.
Yes, you
But-
do.
Literally the worst.
but I just like it because of the history. I'm a big history buff, and
True.
I just love learning about human culture and shit. And I mean that's it. Oh, also periodically throughout the stream, we're gonna have stuff called Broke Boi deals, where our friend Devin will tell you the best place to buy games currently, and special deals that are available on the internet. So I guess that leaves the window open to Devin.
Oh,
Yeah.
these transitions are flawless so far, I have to say.
Oh yeah.
Pretty impressive. It's like we're
it's
veterans or
it's our
something.
first time. We'll get it right eventually.
Oh, no, it's actually good. All right, well, my name's Devin, aka Dev Dog. Whatever floats your boat. It's my favorite game. I'm a pretty big Pokemon fan, just like Christian. My favorite games currently, I'd say, are Rocket League, little PUBG,
Public
some Oversnatch, the usual.
Right.
I know we've all been fond of Halo back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Halo.
I'd say the Halo master with all of us is Seth, so I'll pass it on to him.
Oh, well, that is a pretty nice transition there.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty top tier, if I must say so myself. By the way,
You were top tier.
I was.
You are the top tier.
Except for when you armor locked, you pussy.
Yeah, you fucking bitch.
Literally
Fucking whore.
the armor lock master. It's too
Anyway, anyway, my name's Seth. Probably my favorite game ever is probably between Mortal Kombat 2 or Power Stone 2.
much. Oh,
It's like-
Power Stone's such.
Yeah, like if
amazing.
anybody doesn't know, that was a game released on the gem that was the Dreamcast. Rest in
Bro,
peace.
I don't even know. What the hell is that? Just for
Nah,
viewers
man,
that don't know, they're like me.
Yep. Currently, right now, I would say my favorite games are Tekken 7 and probably Overwatch.
Overwatch is.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of. Oh,
Yeah,
you
you guys
kind of
couldn't
left
tell
out
Seth is-
Hearthstone though. No.
Seth is
I
fighting effort.
don't know. I mean, it's just got boring.
I mean, I know. Like you haven't been on lately, and I'm just over here playing just to get the free card backs up to rank 20. I actually missed out on
True.
this past month because I actually haven't played a lot myself, so it kind of sucks, honestly. But it's all right. It's whatever.
Yeah.
All right, we got the introductions out the way.
All right.
Yeah.
So now, now we got to discuss what the hell this podcast actually is.
yeah.
Right.
What the
so,
actual podcast and what we're about, or
like,
just the actual topic?
the actual podcast and then the
A little bit
topic
of
of this.
both. Yep.
So
Little bit of both.
So the topic of this podcast is going to be we're going to be discussing the Game of the Year nominees, our choices and the official choices, in addition to like stuff that was maybe nominated because it's popular, not because it's good, and versus stuff that was nominated because it's good rather than popular. The rest of these other podcasts, we're just going to have them like periodically. We don't really know when. That's yet to be determined, but we have a huge ass list that Christian made.
We all made.
So
Yeah,
this will
of all of
probably
like the
keep growing.
topics and wonderful things we can discuss while we're picking each other's brains and whatnot.
Yes, there will be some hot topics coming your way.
Hot topics.
Absolutely.
Hotter
We're not
deals.
sponsored by them.
We're hot
Yeah.
ones. Which Sean have? No.
Wrong show,
Not-
Jared.
Wrong
Wrong
show.
show.
Wow.
I wish.
Yeah. Just to say, there are two other people who normally are going to be joining us. Hopefully, like we said, this is our first podcast, so we're newbies, we're babies. Well, we all game on PC. All went from console to PC, and we always play on Xbox together. The old Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 days.
Oh yeah.
We actually used to make fun of one of our friends, Dakota, for playing on PC for years and years and years until we were shown the light, and it's.
Basically.
But hey, I still support console fully. So if any of you console gamers are out there listening, we are here for you as well. But we know what it's like. We've been.
I can
Bro, I
appreciate
still play half my game.
There's nothing wrong with
I mean,
playing consoles
still
whatsoever.
got my
Game on what you
360.
want to game on, obviously.
Right. Like I played all my Assassin's Creed on console because I honestly, this most recent one, I don't know if my computer can run it, but that's for another day.
Well, hopefully you'll build your own PC soon.
Yeah,
We'll get you there. We'll definitely get you there.
Let's get into these nominations. 'Cause this is the first time I've actually looked at this.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, the Video Game Awards are being held Thursday, December 7th. So depending on when you listen to this podcast, you could possibly get your vote in still.
What time is it? Does it start?
That's
Do
a
we
good
know?
question.
That's a good question.
Hold on. Go to about. See here. The Game Awards are recognized in the upload. Okay, that's not.
Yes, we know. You guys remember X-Play on was it on Spike TV? Or was it G4 TV? That's what it was.
Remember
G4 TV was
G4
my hotspot
TV.
for
Adam
American,
Sessler
not
and
American,
Morgan Webb.
the regular Ninja Warrior.
Okay.
Not
5
American
December, so
Ninja
wait.
Warrior.
4 days, 20 hours, 30 minutes, 30 seconds. I don't feel like doing that math, but the current time
you
now
guys
is
have the internet. You guys all have the power of the internet on your side. You
The
can
current
Google the exact time.
The current time right now is midnight. So, and it's midnight, December 2nd, 2017. So it's in 4 days, 20 hours, 30 minutes. So if any of you guys, are math prone, you do that math. I'm math prone, but I'm feeling like a lazy piece of poop right now, so I'm not going to do that.
What else is
time as well.
Yeah, that's Eastern time.
For all you East Coast people.
Yeah, we got 2 East Coast people and 2 Central people in here, so it'll be interesting.
So what category should we start with? Do we want to go right to the big one? The big.
I think we should.
Maybe we should do Game of the Year last.
We should do that last.
We could save that for last.
All right, let's go with Jesus.
Let's go with one where we have to do the most discussion on and kind of assumptions based off of the fact that we didn't play any of them.
Game direction, probably.
Game direction? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Game
So
direction.
Should be a
Right.
hit and a half.
it says it's awarded to a game studio for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. So basically, just the most creative game, like the most unique and creative. So the topics are the nominees are Wolfenstein 2, The New Order, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, me, I've only played one of these. I don't know about.
Oh,
Uh,
it's the new Colossus, by the way, Jared. Not the
Yeah, it's
it's the new the
it's
new
just
order.
called
Was that before that?
Wolfenstein 2.
It's just
Yeah.
Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Um,
which is fine. Yeah, nor have I played any of these games.
I haven't played like a single one of these.
I've played a little bit of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild my last semester in college. At my buddy used to bring in his Switch to one of our classes all the time, and I mean I watch him play. He let me play a little bit, but I don't know. I hear Wolfenstein 2. I've done a little bit of research on all of these games. I mean, with Horizon Zero Dawn being a PS4 exclusive, it kind of, I know everyone's been riding the PlayStation train this generation for all you console folk out there. So
yeah,
I mean,
Xbox. They kind of screwed
now,
themselves.
gee,
but I don't know. I would definitely have to say probably Breath of the Wild, just because I've read more extensively into that game itself versus the others. I don't know much about Super Mario Odyssey. I hear that game is amazing as well, but I would definitely have to think that Breath of the Wild is going to take this one home.
yep. See,
Now,
for me, I don't think Super Mario Odyssey would qualify because it's too.
New?
It's too much of this. It's too much. No, it's too much of the same classic Mario. It's just in a different setting, and also it seems to be in like Nintendo has this problem. They seem to be a generation behind. However, Breath of the Wild is not. That
The
it
Switch
feels
sold
like it's next gen.
the most out of any console this Thanksgiving and Black Friday.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving and holiday season so far.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing, but you also have to think that that's because there's a lot of people. Some people grow out of games, and so you mostly have little kids that are buying a Switch. You also have old people that are buying a Switch
Yeah.
because it's also geared towards every age range, not
It's
just
literally a
like
giant tablet. I didn't think it was gonna sell well at all. To be
yeah,
honest, like I thought the Nintendo NX, their little code name was gonna be this huge, just oh my gosh, like Nintendo's getting back into the game. They're going back to their roots. Excuse me, but I mean, I think they're definitely going back to the roots when they announced 2 Metroid games. I think. From what I remember at E3, and just their lineup of games, and their a lot of third party games coming to the Switch as well. Skyrim again for the 1,000th time.
I mean, yeah. We could save stuff about. We could do a Bethesda stream like way later, but like
Oh no, I was just mentioning
yeah,
that just because I mean, it's like their first console that actually is accepting more
that's
third party
capable of running
titles.
stuff. Yeah.
And Doom at 720p.
All right. Well,
I think. Well, Jared, can you read like the actual description of what this category entails?
yeah, sure. It says awarded to a game studio for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. And the topics were well, wait, do you have it open on your computer?
I know, I see. Yeah, I see like
Yeah.
the games. I just wanted to. I don't have like the description for each category, or not category, like each.
All right.
I guess category. Anyway, in my personal opinion, out of the direction, it would probably have to be maybe Horizon Zero Dawn. Now that I'm really thinking about it, because
well, yeah, I've played that.
Horizon, so
I've played that.
I haven't played any of these games.
Yeah.
This is just from what I've seen. Either I've watched, somebody stream it, or I've seen gameplay of it. I mean, I've seen gameplay of all these games on YouTube just because the internet's the internet. But let me explain why I think it's probably that game, even though it has a really huge like open world kind of vibe to it. Biohazard for Resident Evil kind of goes back to the roots of what Resident Evil used to be, just more of a modernized FPS kind of style. I don't know if you guys ever played the first 2 games, but it was like third person, and you're like very claustrophobic area. You're going through with these weird camera angles, and you're like walking real slow, or maybe a little brisk jog. But it wasn't like how it became in the later games, where it was like all action packed and stuff. And it kind of went back to how Resident Evil should have been, more focus on the horror slash like suspense gameplay, but it add a new story. Of course, that's where the innovation kind of comes from. Like it just making its own new story, and the look of it, the feel of it was great. Back to what Jared said about Odyssey. Yes, it does have a lot of things that Mario games already have, but they did do a lot of new stuff. The hat mechanic, for instance, is a great addition to the game. It's hilarious to throw a hat on a T Rex, and now you're a T Rex. And also, too, just level design in general for that game, like from what I've seen, especially I think it's New Donk City, which is kind of like a Mario playoff of New York City. It's so cool to just have your little Mario character kind of run around amongst normal people, even though it's still kind of like in a Mario themed game. They specifically made it Mario juxtapose how real life would look in the Mario universe. But yeah, like Jared said, there's some things that are new, but they kind of depend on still things that they use in like the 3D Mario games, which is fine. It's a great game, but for this particular topic, I don't think it would cut it. Breath of the Wilds, they did a lot of new stuff that no Zelda game. This is like the least linear Zelda game that I've seen.
Yeah, I think
Because
it's
Yeah.
more open world.
Yeah, it
yeah,
is an
they
open world
definitely
game. Yeah.
took in the open world aspect with this game. They had the whole inventory system where like your weapons can break, after using them over a course of time. Which
Hardcore.
and
Witcher has that.
I
Yeah, that
don't know
hasn't happened to me yet, but I'm.
Well, they don't break. They just it's like they'll be deteriorated past the point of no return, where you have to pay shit ton of money to get them repaired.
Yeah.
and I don't know too much about that game, but that's what I know about it. And then Wolfenstein, I mean, new story and all, but Wolfenstein was kind of like Wolfenstein came first, and then Doom came after that, and then Doom kind of revolutionized FPS game genres
It's been
or the
a
genre.
while since we've had
So
a
like
good.
Wolfenstein, even though it may have some new things in the game, and it might be like a new Wolfenstein game, for terms of game design and innovation, it's still the same because Wolfenstein
Yeah.
is still a title that's been around for years, and I don't think they really. I mean, besides the obvious changes they made to this more modern Wolfenstein, it still kind of just feels like I go around and shoot people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Now, going to Horizon Zero Dawn, I think just in general, the universe it sets for itself, where it's kind of like, technology is still a thing that they use for like, combat and whatever,
Yeah.
but they also go back to like,
It's post-apocalypse.
it's like post-apocalypse.
No, post-apocalypse. So like what happens after the post-apocalypse ends and society just like basically restarts is what it is.
Yeah, but they still have
Yeah.
the technology, so it's kind of cool to see that result, to have like that idea kind of be fleshed out, whereas that they kind of regress in terms of how society acts, but in terms of technology and having certain things that we didn't have when our mindset was like that as humans is more advanced than when the apocalypse happened.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You know what?
Now.
I'm gonna change my thing. I think Horizon Zero Dawn would actually be it because of the creative aspects of it. They're basically they're critiquing like our society in general, like like how we have like religion and stuff and all this stuff, and we made religion to understand things of the past that we don't really understand. In Horizon Zero Dawn, they think of the machines as being like magical and stuff like this. Like they don't understand that it's technology, so they formulate religions and things of thought off of things they don't understand. I just think it's a good like critique on like maybe just humanity in general.
Yeah. But
I think
that's
everyone's making good points here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, more better points than I ever would have.
Bit of a side note here. I do like the term post-apocalyptic. It's very
That's what it is. It's
I think
It's very edgy.
I think it would be great if they somehow got a Post Malone cameo in
Ooh.
that game. Little post
Oh yeah,
apocalyptic
Post Malone.
That'd be a great cameo for them to get.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, I think for me it's between Mario Odyssey and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Hmm.
Being a former Xbox player, it's hard to admit, but I was very jealous of that game.
Oh yeah,
When it came
Horizon
out.
Zero Dawn. I
Yeah.
wanted that really bad.
Yeah, exclusives
It's
definitely
some-
get in the way when it comes to.
I was a real sad boy when I
Yeah, I
learned
definitely
that
had
was
some
PS4.
exclusive envy on that one just because my roommates had PS4s and they were playing that shit all day, and I was just like, what the fuck am I
Yeah.
supposed to do?
I had a PS4 for a little bit there when it first came out. Devin and I went
And
to
I have mine exclusively for the exclusive.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what it's there for.
That's what it's there for.
A note to add to Odyssey: they have a mechanic in the game where they have these pipes that go into the walls, and when you go into the pipe, you transform into your 2D self. So it literally
Oh.
turns into like Super Mario Brothers
Mamma mia.
on
That's
the
really cool.
wall, and that's how you traverse terrain. Like say you had to get to a platform that was like real high up, but there was only this wall. You go through the pipe, and then you have like a little mini level that you have to do to get to that platform. And I thought
Ooh.
that was really cool.
I like that.
Yeah. Like if I didn't pick Horizon, I would pick Mario. But Horizon's my choice for this.
I'd say if we keep the argument like super simple as far as innovation, like it kind of has to go to Horizon Zero Dawn just because that's the only original IP on the list.
True.
True.
Yeah, because all these are like continuations.
I'm so
And
glad
Horizon
Breath
is
of
an
the
original
Wild,
game.
but that's just me.
All right.
So we can,
Alright.
stir.
So
some
do we talk about like what we think the people might choose, or do we
Yeah.
just throw it out?
No,
I feel like
So
we
that's
kind
the
of
nominees.
dove into this one with a fair amount.
But what we want, or if we're satisfied with this, we'll just move on.
I think
mean-
I'm pretty good with that. Like
Yeah,
I've
it's
seen
like
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
wins
yeah,
then.
it's good. You guys want to? I mean, there's what best narrative, best art direction.
Best art direction could be cool.
Let's do. Yeah, we were just talking about like narratives. I mean, we should just switch to art direction
Ooh,
first.
here, let's
Going back to
Jared is
narrative.
a-
Yeah,
see if
because
we.
for best narrative, it's kind well besides Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think.
There's
Okay,
one-
let's go to art direction because we need to like switch up the topics.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jared is a
So-
former art major, so he has some
This is
valid
all
points to
critique.
make here.
So let's do art direction. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Jared.
Okay. Best art direction for me. It's like it's
Oh, but
between what?
before you say that, can you read like the
Oh, best art
things? Like,
for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation.
And the nominees are Destiny 2, Cuphead, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Persona 5, and Horizon Zero Dawn.
I'm sorry.
All right,
you
Destiny
laughing
2.
because Destiny 2's there?
Yeah.
That's
See,
a valid,
here's
that's a
the
valid
Oh,
laugh.
I'm
so-
sorry. Is that
hold on.
That's a
rude?
valid laugh there.
So, do you guys remember at the beginning I said we were going to talk about good versus popular? Destiny 2 is one of the games that exemplifies this. It is popular, but it is by not by any stretch is it good.
It's
It
only
is trash.
popular because there's literally no other game out there. Don't even take it Borderlands 2 because that's
It's not
older.
no, dude. Destiny 2 is not a good game. It's only
It's
popular
not, it's
because
not.
the
I
company knows
agree.
how to market correctly. That's why it's popular.
Also,
It's also
Des-
kind of
Des-
filling in the void that Call of Duty left for first person shooters.
Literally,
Yeah.
there's no competition with this game, so they can do what this
Yeah.
like what I feel. You
But
know, they can do whatever
for
the hell they want.
Best art direction, it does it. Why the hell is it on here? It's
Because
it's not
okay,
creative and
because-
it doesn't even showcase technical
because
achievement.
even though Destiny is shite, between the music, well, the soundtrack for the game, and the way
But
that the
that's-
game physically looks, it's
The
like a
soundtrack and the
glorified
music
shooter.
are a separate thing, though.
I mean, I understand. I mean, art direction wise, like it does it. The game itself on PC looks fantastic, but like we said, the game is shite. in
Okay,
general. But anyway,
All right, now, what I was gonna say for best art direction, okay, I don't think Horizon Zero Dawn should be on here because actually had a major thing with the animation. Animation was terrible when it came to the people's faces outside of the main cutscenes.
Just like Mass Effect
Um,
Andromeda.
it wasn't as bad as Mass Effect Andromeda. It was just like the Mass Effect Andromeda, like that shit wasn't rendered.
Or
But
Assassin's
like
Creed Unity.
Horizon Zero Dawn, it's like they didn't have any emotion. It was just the mouth was moving, and that was terrible.
I did notice that. I
For the
watched
animation.
Ethan stream that not too.
Oh, yeah, he does
yesterday,
have that
actually.
game, doesn't he?
it was just like I was like, what? It was just really weird for the animation. Now, for best artistic design, we got okay. I've seen some stuff with Persona 5. Now it seems like yeah, it's really artistic and shit, but they use blacks like ink way too much. Way
It's a
too
good game
much to
overall,
the
but yeah.
yeah, but like it makes it sometimes it just like takes away from what could have been there if they didn't use the inks as much. So I think it's like between Cuphead and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild because they both have really unique artistic design. And Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, it has good animation and the design of it is good. Whereas Cuphead is, it's just like very unique. There hasn't been a game like that ever.
Yeah, to add to Breath of the Wild, quote me if or like correct me if I'm wrong, but don't they use cell shading for this game?
It looks like they do because remember when Skyward Sword came out? Well, you had what? Wind Waker. You know, it was shell shaded. It was a new Link. It was magical. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like Breath of the Wild takes the best, like, the realism from what was it? Twilight Princess, and kind of takes like the shell shade. Jeez, I cannot fucking talk. Together, and kind of I don't know, it amplifies
Well,
it because Skyward
Breath of the
Sword was the
Wild,
same
Breath of the
way.
Wild to me looks like a moving painting. That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
So I really like that art direction.
But oh my god,
there's a mission in The Witcher 3 in the Hearts of Stone DLC where you go into a painting. It's because it's like
dude, I threw a
woman's
baby
spirit
into an oven earlier today.
All right, listen, but did you save the baby? You saved it, right?
Yeah, but
okay, good. I'm just checking, dude.
Toss that thing in there like a hot apple pie.
Oh my god.
Okay. So
I have to say for my choice here, it would most definitely be Cuphead. That game's style
that game runs
and how
at 60 FPS just all around, completely hand drawn.
Like I never would have thought that they would make a video game platformer in the style of like Tom and Jerry cartoons. I don't know why I never thought about that, but
I like it
I
a
watched
lot.
a video on the internet. They actually like for the process of this game, on side of technology that they use to have to make the game mechanics and whatnot, they actually drew a lot of the frames that they use in the game as if you would back in the day.
That's crazy.
They drew that shit for this game.
Quit their day jobs too, by the way.
That is some creativity if I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
I never would have thought.
And they put that like old tape recorder effect on it.
Grainy effect.
There is
the gradient.
There's a pacifist mode in the game. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah, there's like this tortoise in the game that kind of hints that you can essentially play the game without fighting anyone, and there's like a black and white like mode in the game itself that you can secretly unlock from what I was reading a few days ago. For the best art direction, as much as it goes between every fiber of my fucking being, I think the top three are gonna be Breath of the Wild, Cuphead, and I would only say Destiny 2 because of how number one, how much they actually poured into the game's graphics. Because I mean, if you're just, from what I've noticed, especially from the first one, like if you're just walking around and looking at the environment itself, and like you see something cool in the distance, and you're like, oh, like what's that? Like it looks really sweet, but obviously they don't fucking tell you. But like I feel like those just the overall look of Destiny 2 looks amazing,
Hmm.
but oh, shite.
I'm gonna go with Cuphead for this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to jump on the Cuphead bandwagon here. The way I see it, Cuphead is one of the few games that can fill you with rage and fury as fast as it does.
Yeah, so
The only way
Oh my
people
you
god.
buy it,
have it. That's right. I haven't even
the
bought
only
it
way
yet.
people can buy it and keep coming to it is if it looks that good and runs that smoothly. Like you
Right.
can't get away with pissing people off like that if there's not a
If
good
it
catch on the
didn't
other
look
side.
or
If you don't
appeal,
like looking at it, you're not gonna do it.
Exactly.
that
So
is
that's,
true.
I feel like that's like the biggest draw to the game is the look of it, because
Right.
you don't want to play a game just to piss yourself off. That's not a thing. Something you do, so you want to look at
Yeah,
it.
that's because like I've heard so many things where people are like, "Oh, like that game looks so easy. It looks like so much fun." And then I was like watching YouTube videos and everyone else's opinion about it, and they're like, "Oh no, it's actually like the Dark Souls of like side scroller games." And I was like, "What?" And
It's made me question my inner being.
your $20 purchase.
No, just question life in general, how difficult it is.
Yeah,
All right.
because
So, do we want to jump another
Now,
topic, or want to continue
do
this
you
one?
want to go to narrative design or best score?
what's on the best score?
We
All
could do
right,
ongoing game too.
A lot
That's
of
the one
these
that we
games
have a
are
lot of
really
experience with.
repetitive because I'm
a
even
lot
for
of them.
best score.
Now, best
It's
score,
it's
best score. I'm
Destiny
gonna have
2,
to
Cuphead,
best
Nier.
best score. I think we can. I'm going to put in my own vote for this because there's
No, that's totally fine.
yeah
What the hell is this best performance?
It's the actual
Oh,
actors.
okay, I see. I see.
yeah.
I was very confused for
So
some
we want to
reason.
move on to music or narrative.
Um,
Um. Hmm.
if we're feeling really risky, we could do the best VR.
No,
No one has even a
No,
little
we
bit
should
of
just skip
experience with
that.
that.
no.
That's too
and
much of a stretch.
and we need to skip mobile games because
Yeah.
let's be honest. What about best ongoing game?
Yeah, that's the one we have a lot of experience with between all of us.
Yeah, because
Where's on?
a lot of these other categories have the same,
Well, again,
game
Oh, here we go.
for narrative and sound, I'm putting my own votes for that because there's other stuff.
Well, do you,
Let's do
okay.
best ongoing. I actually
yeah,
looked at this.
because we've actually played majority of these games.
All right, now,
And
Jared,
don't
can you
don't
read the description?
for which one?
This
Ongoing.
is for ongoing
I'm going
games.
best okay.
I got it here. If you
Best
want to read it.
audio. Hold on.
Best ongoing game is awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. And the nominees for this
Evolves.
category.
No, yeah, evolves like changes. So.
Yeah.
The nominees are Warframe, Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch, GTA Online, Destiny 2, and PlayerUnknown's Battleground. Which is an awful name, but we'll get to that later.
Okay, now I don't want to say Warframe, Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch, or Grand Theft Auto Online because those all came out years ago.
I mean, but it's still best.
Well, that's what the
Well, I
category
mean,
is.
for
Best
the
ongoing
purpose
game.
of the category, I mean, those do apply still.
I mean, yeah, but like,
it's an ongoing. Like, these are essentially ongoing, popular, first-person online.
If anything, the further back it came out, just increases the chances of winning. Because I mean, it's still relevant.
Yeah.
It's still going strong.
So, okay, so here, I'm gonna start it off here. I think I'm gonna niche some that I'm looking at right now. I'm gonna say, for the purpose of this category, Destiny 2 and Battlegrounds can go because one, they both just came out. Destiny 2 just released their first DLC, and pretty much the game is still the same from the first game. They did tweak a lot of things to make the gameplay better, but it's still the Destiny that people love and know already. Battlegrounds is a game that kind of changed and morphed into PUBG's own image, the battle royale. Even though that's kind of been around before, like with Daisy, like King of the Kill, I think. But they did it in their own way that appealed to so many people. They got the rush to popularity, but like it's still a relatively new game. So Like, they've done some things to the game since it's been out, but with the categories description in mind, evolution, it's still going through it. So I don't think those two should belong. Now, for the other games, like Overwatch is kind of in between for me. Like, they continue to release like characters for the game, and it has a really amazing competitive scene. It's really fun to play, and addicting to play sometimes. But I mean, it's definitely gonna have its shelf life to be like a really long time. It being also a Blizzard IP,
Yeah.
that game's gonna be around forever.
Oh,
So
absolutely. Yeah, it being their newest IP, and after the rise and fall of Titan, even though the much wasn't much of a rise. Excuse me, I was mumbling there for a second, but yeah, I definitely have to agree there.
now with Siege, see, this game's been out for 2 years. I'm not entirely too sure about their evolution process, but they still have maintained their core gameplay, because the game is literally just competitive, tactical, you know, either destroy this objective, or take the hostage, or just, if you can, kill everybody. And it still has a really good fan base, and there's still a lot of people that play the game. I just got back into Rainbow Six Siege after not playing it for like almost a year, and I'm still having a lot of fun with it, even though I'm really terrible at the game. It's but I don't know if that would be really for me. Warframe, on the other hand, this is the one game that out of all this I haven't played a lot. But I do remember playing this my first year of college, and I remember picking this up last year. So there is a noticeable difference between 2014 Warframe and 2016 Warframe. They add a lot of stuff to this game, and they keep on adding things to it. The only reason why I don't play is because I don't want to grind through this for days upon days. But they did a pretty good job. Now I think with the only game left, my pick here would be Grand Theft Auto Online. The amount of stuff that they put into their online mode is ridiculous. They just added, I believe, like I don't know if you guys ever played it, but there's Sonic Mega All Stars, the racing game for Sega.
Yeah, I remember.
They have the game. They have the game where they focus, like, you can change between vehicles. I'm pretty sure there's a Mario Kart that does that already, but that one just came from my mind because I have it. They added a mode that's like that with the racing game modes. I think
Oh, did they really?
just before that, I think they had like a Tron mode where they have the motorcycles literally have the light walls.
That's what's
In
up.
Tron, they added a lot of heists to the game, and it just keeps on getting more and more support. I mean, unfortunately, I would like maybe story DLC, but in terms of online, the Grand Theft Auto is still going pretty strong, and this game's been out since the previous generation.
Yeah,
It's been out since
Yeah, that is
2013.
true. Yeah, I mean, GTA 5 came to the PC like
it came to
a
the
year
PC
and a half
relatively.
ago.
Yeah, it came to the PC relatively late, but in terms of what they've been adding to it since its conception,
Yeah.
I think GTA 5 online might win this one here, in my opinion. If I knew any better from Warframe, I say that win, but I don't know a lot about that game to
I
really
don't.
put any
I
input.
don't either.
I haven't played any of these, so my vote for this isn't gonna count towards anything. I don't.
I would definitely say. I mean, play PUBG. I'm terrible at PUBG. Very, very terrible. Destiny 2 again. It's shite. So I'm just gonna throw that one out. Um, I've never played Rainbow Six Siege a day in my life. It looks like a lot of fun.
It is.
It just it's just not a game that I know is on sale during this Steam Autumn sale for like what $6-7.
It's like $6 or $7, yeah.
Warframe, I played a smidge, just a smidge, on my PlayStation 4 for the very short time that I had it. I've seen a lot of crazy, fun, stupid shit, and GTA Online. I guess I would definitely have to say that my vote would be Overwatch. Just because I've always enjoyed playing the game. When the game first came out, uh, when the beta came out, I believe it was the biggest beta release so far. After the rise and fall of Battleborn earlier that month in May.
I remember.
Worst decision.
Best timing in the history of timing.
Worst business decision they probably ever could have. That was just fucking terrible. That was so bad. But I just remember, like, a lot of people were afraid that Overwatch was too repetitive when it first came out, especially during the early beta stages. I remember playing it on my Xbox One, but I love the graphics. I love the playfulness, the seriousness of the game. Just, I mean, obviously the characters are so diverse, and that wasn't even what they were aiming for. That was just an outcome that came out of what they were trying to aim to do, which I think is fantastic. But and not even like diverse in skin color aspect.
What's the next?
What's up?
You good?
Yeah.
What about play? Yeah, I'm just scrolling.
Devin, what did you think? I don't think.
Yeah, Devin
I think for me, it actually comes down to PUBG and Overwatch. The way I'm judging this category is if the game reaches the most people and the largest mass of people. And obviously, PUBG has been the #1 selling game on Steam for months now.
coming to Xbox One later
It's
this month.
It's already got its own Gamescom invitationals and everything. Like it's insane to think about for a game that came out so recently.
Yeah, it'll finally be out of early access, gentlemen. We can play more to our heart's content.
All right. Was that it?
And then for Overwatch, it's one of the only games where they push out content and it's all free for the most part. You don't ever have to pay for anything. That's one of the best parts about Overwatch, should say.
Yeah, I haven't played the new Blizzard World map yet, honestly. So we'll see.
EA should take a couple notes from Blizzard there.
Dead ass. But trashing EA later.
Every day we trash.
Every day.
Where's that stock picture? I'm framing it.
All right, so now, dude, that CD Projekt Red tweet.
They leave greed to others. Cyberpunk 2077.
Dude,
I'm very interested to see what this game's
okay, now, so this list is long as shit. So the stuff that was in between, I've put in the Discords. We have the narrative, score, performance, audio, and impact. That's stuff that we skipped over. There's still stuff after this.
Oh yeah, there's one that I specifically want to talk about.
He wants to talk about the best fighting game.
He wants that fighting game category for himself.
And
get his time to shine.
I would like to cover the RPG category.
Yeah, I think we should the specific categories we should do like later because we all have like each of us has like a different expertise in those. But like for the general sense, we should get those out of the way first because those are the most irritating.
Yeah, like we could literally do whatever. Like it's just a conversation. So
let's talk about narrative.
All right,
let's see.
Narrative.
Oh, there are two games here that I've never seen in my life.
Oh wait, you know what? I'll just go first in the narrative. I believe Hellblade is on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
I think for narrative, it would be Hellblade or Horizon Zero Dawn. I haven't played Nier Automata. From what I understand, it's a reboot. I'm not entirely sure though.
For those of you who don't know, the nominees are What Remains of Edith Finch, Nier Automata, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, Wolfenstein 2, and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Jared, could you please read the description?
Yes.
Please?
For outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. Okay. So,
Christian, what was your?
I would definitely have to give this one to Hellblade. All in all, I watched a lot of reviews about this game. One particular, his YouTuber, his name is Rags. He did a very extensive overview of the game, and it just looks it looks amazing. He going to the in depth within the story of how the I don't want to say disability or the
It's schizophrenia.
yeah,
Oh,
yes,
I've seen
schizophrenia.
that.
There's actually another
And the
topic in
fact
the
that
Game
she
Awards,
battles
which
with
is
that,
there's another topic in the Game Awards that says it's like best narrative or best impact. So
yeah,
what that
best
one is, it
impact.
says for a thought provoking game with a profound pro social meaning or message. So I would think
Yeah, I would
that
definitely say just overall, even for what topic are we on again? I am literally
We're
losing
on
my mind.
narrative right now.
for a
Narrative.
narrative.
Yeah, so I haven't played the game myself because Jared won't fucking buy it for me. I'm just
What?
kidding.
Why would I buy it for you?
I'll probably pick it up, this coming up holiday season. But it's it's an an indie developer, and it just looks like it just tells a good story overall.
Yeah.
That's all you can honestly ask for like a single player game, and I've noticed there isn't too much action within the game, but just it's like I said, the story. So that's definitely my choice.
Hmm. Um. Okay, my choice out of these given, I was gonna put up my own, but I'm just. I would say that's my choice out of these given, but I haven't beaten Horizon Zero Dawn, but
You
from what
bastard.
I understand, the story, the way it ends, is just like mind. It's like a mind fuck, like almost that level of Bioshock Infinite, which I'm not going to spoil for anybody, but you need to play that as soon as possible if you haven't for the narrative. But what I was going to put here is, in my opinion, just because well, there's my opinion versus the best. So my opinion for this would be Assassin's Creed Origins, but that's because the story is revamped and everything wrong with Assassin's Creed has been corrected in the story.
We all know you enjoy Assassin's Creed, my guy.
Assassins, titties, and Creed.
just
Yeah.
just this the story, the character Bayek, the main character, just the way he progresses throughout it, you get to see why the assassins exist. You get to understand a whole bunch of other stuff that's in the lore that you weren't able to know. I mean, like, it's a rich ass story. I've done everything in the game. That took me like 110 hours to do. And that's a good ass game if I can play it for more than 100 hours. Um, Now, but I would say best narrative direction. Just best narrative is probably Hellblade, though. From what I've seen. Um,
From what I've heard, it's
yeah,
just one of those indie titles that if you're looking for a good, just single player game with a great story, that is definitely a highly recommended indie title game. And it's only, I think, 40 $40. It's not even like a full $60 game, I believe. So check it out, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
yes.
For me, I don't really have an opinion on these games. I haven't played any of them, so I'm gonna use my time to plug Pop Tarts. I just
Uh,
had some Pop Tarts.
okay.
Yummy.
It's a Broke Boy food staple, I'd like to say.
What kind?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
If you're a
Hell
Broke
yeah,
Boy, you enjoy Pop Tarts any
dude.
time of day,
You
no matter
gotta
what.
enjoy Pop Tarts,
It's
especially right
currently
before we go to get brunch. That's
You say
the next
Oh my
one.
God,
yeah,
Jared.
fucking Jared. It wasn't even brunch. We just went to go to
We just went
Mike's
to go out
place.
to eat.
By the
for some
way, for
backstory,
everyone
this guy
listening in
Jared.
Okay,
Ohio,
yeah. Also, for Broke Boy Gaming, occasionally we're going to be making some inside jokes, and we will explain the stories behind them. So I guess we're going to explain that
for
right
this
now.
one, we were all at Christian's house. We were planning going to get some real food at a real restaurant.
Hmm.
So we're on our way there, getting our shoes and everything on. This guy Jared is eating Pop Tarts on the way to go get
Ate a
food.
whole box of Pop Tarts
Like,
on the way,
Jesus Christ.
right before, and I still went, and I still ate.
it was an absurd thing to see. I'll never
I've
forget
never
it.
been so mad at somebody
Yes.
that
for
restaurant
like a
was.
very petty reason.
I used to go there all the time. My
And then
college
he brought in
years.
his own can of soda
Dude,
into the restaurant. Very
That
late,
that
late,
restaurant
sure.
is my favorite restaurant.
that diet
Yeah, for all you
Sunkist.
listening in the Northeast Ohio area, so there's a small quaint little restaurant called Mike's Place in Kent, Ohio. One of my fraternity brothers' father owns the joint, and if you're ever around the area, check it out. Google it. We got great food, great service, and yeah, here's your free
Get the ribs.
advertisement.
Get the ribs. The ribs are amazing.
I've seen a bunch of signs in there. They don't like Steelers fans.
Yes, there's a very Brown-esque, whatever.
For some more background, all four of us do represent the state of Ohio. We have lived there at some point in our life.
Yes.
Some of us don't currently live there, but we all have Ohio in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait.
Facts.
All right.
Yeah. Long story short.
Okay, I guess we're not doing that. No.
Long story short, Pop-Tarts. If you want to sponsor us, slide that on our table. We will gobble it up. We will.
Yes.
We will gladly. We will make our own commercials for you.
Yes.
You donate to our Patreon.
I will eat Frosted Pop-Tarts if whatever it takes. I'll eat Frosted Pop-Tarts to get a sponsor. I don't even care.
Wait, what kind of Pop-Tarts are you eating?
Oh, strawberry. It's
Kellogg's.
the best.
What the fuck?
Okay, so I would like to safely assume we are done with a narrative.
Yes.
Yeah, if we want to wrap this up, we're good to go.
Well, wait, hold on. Let's take a little break because Devin's gotta go Pop-Tarts. I gotta go poop.
No, bring the mic. We want to hear that shit.
Bring the mic. No.
We need the full podcast experience.
Quality audio.
Well, hold on. I'll be back. We're just gonna have to cut this little snippet out.
You have to say we have a break and we have editing options. This isn't.
I know. Exactly. We have editing. But I want to be here for the So just basically we're just not talking. Right.
Okay, Christian, pause now.
Pause now. Right. Fucking dumbass. Pause the video.
If that's possible.
I'm
yeah,
just there's stop recording. I mean, I could do that if you
like. No.
The recording, you don't have to stop.
You could stop.
No, honestly, you don't have to stop anything. Jared, just go.
Yeah, you don't.
Jared, just go take a shite and
All right.
We'll be fine.
Christian, why is this under PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds?
Wait, what's up?
Your stream is under the game for Battlegrounds.
Really?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I don't know. I mean, this is the first experience for you, so I won't report you right now. But if you do this again, I would.
Shite. My God. Oh yeah. So I've been streaming this entire time. So
yeah. No, I've been watching.
I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna stream and see what happens. So I'm stupid when it comes to Twitch. Everyone.
I feel violated.
Just wanted to see what we can do here.
He was like, I feel violated.
Are we supposed to record underneath like a certain category? Is that how this goes? Or
no, it doesn't. It honestly doesn't matter for real. Like if you really wanted to just do like a stream, I'm pretty sure there's like not IRL, but I don't know.
I'm new to it. I mean, Ethan helped me set up like for the OBS and everything. That was like, well, you know what? We can we're streaming and recording at the same time anyway. So it's like, oh Jesus, excuse me. But yeah, we're streaming and recording at the same time, so I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I would definitely like to stream some Doom later, though. I don't know why it says.
Oh, dude, we could totally do that. Yeah.
Since it took forever and a day. My motherboard came today for my new build, by the way. So that's.
I got my fatherboard the other day. It was lit.
That's very sexist. Like, why isn't it called a fatherboard? But like seriously, no. If motherboards were called fatherboards, there would be some sexist conversation, as if there isn't already in video games. But that's the subject for another time.
Well, I would like to inform you, Christian, I am your first follower on this channel.
Oh yeah. I was gonna make like a separate Twitch, but I felt like it was just too much. I was like, it's only a stream, so it's whatever. I'm like, well, we're recording too, so we can definitely rip that audio and like we can edit everything, or if you kind of just wanted to, just let the audio go and, kind of just we probably get like a picture of, of something and slap it on there and send it on its way to YouTube and see what we can do.
When you say you're down to join the podcast, but you don't get invited,
What happened?
Feels bad, man.
What?
It's in the Twitch chat for your stream. How are you not looking at this?
I'm not. Hold on. Wait. What the hell?
It's Fomar. Apparently, Fomar said he was down for the podcast.
Why's your background moving like that?
What?
I don't like that.
It's called Wallpaper Engine. It's a really good thing. That was like
that's too
$4.
futuristic.
We got 5 people watching. I don't know why it says Player
Wait,
Unknown's
5?
Battlegrounds.
Who's watching besides me and Fomar?
I don't know.
Whoever's watching, shout out to you. 6 now. Shout out to you guys. You guys are doing it.
What's
You
going
guys are doing
on?
it.
I'm so sorry. I'm
Shout
retarded.
out to you.
I'm stupid when it comes to Steam. So not even Steam. Sorry, Twitch. This is terrible, but I'm stupid when it comes to Steam. So not even Steam.
Don't ask me to say it 10 times fast.
This is terrible, but it's yeah.
Okay, so my cartography skills
I don't know.
are not as good as
You don't know?
a certain
Only
DSP
Ethan and Fomar and the other I don't know. Or in, what is it called? Discord channel. There you go.
Well, I mean, we asked
Mute
if they
the
wanted to do a
stream in
podcast, and
browser.
they were like, "No, it's stupid."
Ethan said mute the stream in browser.
Wait, He said mute the stream and browser. Shit, I don't know how to do that. Fuck. Wait, ask him what he means by that. Because I muted.
No, I think when you pull up the stream to look at it, like your own stream,
okay, yeah.
you should mute it, because when you stream, you'll stream your stream, and then it's just an endless loop of streams, and then streams.
Oh shit. Well, I literally just muted the actual stream itself.
Do we want to get Fomar into this?
I don't care.
Hey, all right. I'm gonna send him an invite to the stream. Whose Discord server is Fruity Booty? Whose is that?
It sounds like a personal problem.
Fruity Booty.
I think that might be Jared's. That sounds like a Jared thing.
Alright, send him an invite.
I need more Discord servers. I only got like 3.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cents in my bank account.
No, we're broke, Seth. Stop it.
What?
And no one else said they wanted to do it, and
Apparently, Fomar said he did. I don't remember
No,
particularly.
he did. He said that shit was shite. He said it was shite.
I remember Ethan saying he didn't want to do it.
Yeah, and then Dakota said he didn't want to do it.
Oh, of course he didn't want to do it. He's
And
probably
then
like,
he was like, "Oh no, I was just saying that because Ethan was here." I was like, "Which one is it, bro? Which one is it?" But it's all right.
He said he could pull up the Facebook chat. Pull it up, please. I don't remember this.
It's not worth it at all.
Should we even?
No, please.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, Devin's right. Just because there's 4 of us, and then you have everyone else. I mean, yeah.
It'd be cool to get maybe Fomar. I know Fomar can most definitely get some input on these.
No, yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, like, not. I just didn't want to do like a regular thing because like we already have obviously we have this Discord like our own, and then we have our main Discord, and then we have your Discord, which pretty much everyone's in the same. So I was just trying to like
in
filter
the
out
same
because
channel.
it's like, yeah, because I mean, even with like Dakota, he wanted to, like, I mean, like like he could come in from time to time, but it's just like it's kind of pointless to have 3 different servers and then everyone's on the same one just for the sake of everyone having the same. I kind of wanted to, if this does take off, we can. I can't. Why is this
so
under
far I'm enjoying
PUBG? Why is this under PUBG?
You're still learning. It's fine.
Like, it's so weird.
But yeah, we can most definitely get Fomar's opinion on handheld games. I know he is a big Fire Emblem boy, so I know he probably has
Absolutely.
played that game.
But yeah, I see. I want to cover these other topics, but it's like a lot of these are so repetitive for the Game Awards, and that's the only problem with
All right, I'm back.
And like I said, I totally want to do the fighting game one, even if it's just me.
So are we? Are we resuming now?
Yeah, you're back. So
yeah. So
all right. So hold on. So we just did narrative.
score.
We needed.
I feel like
score.
a lot of these we just need to just pick one and then go to the next topic.
Yeah.
Because
Okay. So score. I haven't listened to Cuphead. Devin, does Cuphead have a good score?
Oh, of course. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, the score makes
you
you
might not hear a lot of it.
what are the
You might not hear a lot of it because you're screaming the whole time, but
the nominees for score are Destiny 2, Cuphead, Nier Automata, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Persona 5.
Mine's gonna be Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Mine isn't any of these. I think Assassin's Creed Origins has a good soundtrack. Listen. No, dude. The soundtrack is it's like an ancient. I've used it to study before because it's old. It's old. Like it's old school like period music. It's what it is. So like I mean, I like that. It helps me focus and stuff. It's good for studying. But I mean, who's really going to choose Mario? I mean, it's the same fucking soundtrack we've had.
I have heard the music from the Mario. It is pretty good. But my personal choice here, and it might be a bit. I don't know if it's gonna be off per se. I don't know, but me personally, I think it might be Persona 5. I had some friends come over here. I've seen them play the game, and I love this type of music where it's like, I don't know what kind of other games I can describe it. Like, not necessarily jet set radio, but it has like sort of those vibes of like
that
these
punk
Japanese
music?
Games. They're like kind of early 2000s, sort of mid 2000s. Persona 5. Oh, who has Beppis?
Me.
Anyway,
right.
But yeah, I think my personal choice would be Persona 5. In my choice, what I think might win in general, probably between Cuphead and Nier Automata. Nier Automata has a really good score.
Oh, excuse me.
I'll round it up with Cuphead as my choice and go on to the next one.
All right. So
now it's best audio design.
We don't have to do all the categories.
Yeah, that's kind of
okay. Yeah, because I mean, a lot of it's like performance, audio,
performance. I don't know if we should
kind of all
do that because I don't really.
Each other.
I know which one we need to do.
All right, let's move on to Seth's favorite.
Yep.
The best
take the
fighting
spotlight,
games. Take the spotlight.
Oh yeah.
For some background, Seth is the best at fighting games. He's so good to the point where no one else wants to get fighting games because we'll just get our.
Bro, I want to get him just so I can see Seth's mastery of combos against me while I die. Like he kills me with finesse. It's an art form.
It's actually very annoying.
You want to read
for best fighting game? Hold up, best fighting game. Hold up, for the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat.
Shuriken.
What does that mean?
Head-to-head combat.
Okay, so the nominees are ARMS, Injustice 2, MVC, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Nidhogg 2, which I didn't think was going to get on
whatever that is.
The hell?
And Tekken 7. Now, if you don't know what Nidhogg 2 is, it's a Steam game. I don't know if it's for other platforms, but it's basically this game where you run around. It's really wonky. You play like these really derpy like 16-bit characters with like swords and bow and arrows and stuff.
It's
It's
like a hack
really
and slash.
no, like it's 2D. You're on like one platform, and it's really I can't really explain it. I had to show you a video, but it's like imagine like some little ditzy character just running around with like his arms flailing backwards, but he happens to have a sword in front of him, and like one point of contact from a weapon kills you. So like he's running around, and you have to like literally try to get a touch on the other person, but you're moving around too, and you have like this little bow and arrow and shit. It's actually pretty fun, but I don't personally like that game per se. Um, Now, Armed, I've seen gameplay of, but I have not played it, so I can't really put in input. But it looks pretty cool. Looks like a nice fighting game. Now the games I have played. I have played Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and I've played Injustice 2 and Tekken 7. I don't like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, not necessarily because they kind of reverted back to just two-player-based combat instead of the three that they've been sticking with since the second game, but it's just the whole thing with Marvel vs. Capcom and like the licensing issues with like characters that's probably behind why they didn't put X-Men people in this game. Like, you can't have Marvel vs. Capcom without Ryu, whatever you want to say it, and Wolverine. They don't have Wolverine in this game.
Is it extra DLC or is it
No,
are
he's
they
not in the
just
game.
What?
Because there's that whole thing with X-Men universe and I think like Fox or something.
Of course.
You know
No,
how like
yeah,
remember,
it's
remember the
it's
Deadpool movie?
it's between Fox and Disney, and Fox owns X
Oh
Men,
yeah,
but Disney
Disney's
owns
in there too
everything
now.
else.
But like
Yeah.
that, I think that might be the reason why he's not in the game. They added some new characters, but they also kept a lot of characters that weren't really necessary to keep in the game, and they most definitely could have threw out for the better characters.
Like Miss Marvel.
Yeah. Like I most definitely would have loved to see Cable in this game. He's one of my
Ooh.
favorites. I mean, also too.
Yeah, Cable is part of the X Men thing though too. So I mean,
yeah, so that one gets ditched. Now it's between Injustice 2 and Tekken 7. Now, I love Tekken 7. That is one of the best fighting games I've played this year. This is the first pre-order that I've made that for an Ultimate Edition that I felt was necessary for me. I mean, I don't know, I'm just a big Tekken nerd.
no.
Injustice 2 is a really, really good game. Really nice looking game. They kind of incorporated, I think, the motion capture system that they use for LA Noire with the facial animations in this game. I believe so. It looks like it. Compared the first game to the second game,
Oh yeah,
the second game is leagues beyond the first. Like just,
huge improvement.
also,
Huge.
too, NetherRealm is the only studio I believe right now. I mean, besides Tekken, Tekken did it too, just recently. But Injustice 2 story mode is probably the best story mode I've played in a fighting game.
Like
besides ever. Besides MK9. See, the thing about fighting games is, I mean, of course, it's about the mechanics of the game, about the gameplay and stuff. And there's like the arcade mode or the story mode where it might be like 10 or 11 fights and a sub boss and a boss. That's kind of like your typical formula. But, you know, a lot of people kind of wanted more in-depth explanations on like characters, continuity, possible theories. You know, what Mortal Kombat. Oh, that's cool. Mortal Kombat 9, which was just called Mortal Kombat. NetherRealm outdid themselves and completely just revamped the universe and started from scratch again by doing the first 3 games in the story mode, but they told it different.
They told it as like a time travel thing.
Right. So they kind of set the bar from like to extremely high. So like now I just expect fighting game story modes to be these blockbuster experiences because of NetherRealm Studios. Injustice 2, they totally deliver on that. But Tekken 7 story mode also delivers on it too, but really as fleshed out as Injustice. It kind of like promotes itself as like the I don't know about the final game, but like the final battle between Heihachi and Kazuya.
Nani?
Without making any spoilers. Um, it does a really good job on the story mode itself. It kind of patches up a lot of things that people had questions of in regards to those two and some other things with like the main, like the Mishimas and Jin. Gameplay from these two games real solid. I love Tekken's mechanics. I love the technicalities of the game. Injustice 2 is taking me some time to adjust, as I did play the first one, but I just didn't really play it like competitively. I was just like, oh, this is fun to play over a friend's house. So, me, I think, my opinion, it would be Tekken 7, be the best fighting game. If not that, then Injustice 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, for my choice, it's ARMS, simply because I destroyed my little sister in it a couple times, so it made me feel good.
It looks like a lot of fun, and I wish I had it.
All
But
right,
yeah,
so,
that's it for me.
Oh,
one
and I
category-
play Injustice 2 as well. For me, I always like whenever a game is character customization.
Oh yeah, that's another thing
just
with
a
Justice
big
2.
thing. It's
The
just a big,
Justice 2
like if a game has that, there have been cases where I bought a game just because I can completely customize everything about my character.
Yep. They outdid themselves with that, even though it's kind of there's a little smidgen of microtransaction.
But here's the
With
thing though,
Injustice.
you can change what your equipment looks like. You can morph it into other equipment if you don't
Yeah,
like
yeah,
let's say
no,
you like the
that's what I was-
stats. Yeah.
That's what I was getting into. Like they kind of they did a really good job of incorporating the system of cosmetics into either just purely being cosmetics or actually having buffs to your character for certain modes, and you can like you said, you can like use regen tokens or like like get rid
Yeah,
of your
that's what it
equipment.
is.
Tekken 7's to me lightweight disappointing. I remember Tekken like 5 and 6 were probably like the best games for customization in terms of characters. Tekken 5 introduced it. Tekken 6 there's more shit, and then Tekken Tag Tournament 2 kind of went backwards and put less shit, and then
Oh,
there's
I'll be
even
right
less
back,
shit in
guys.
this game.
Hmm.
So, but still, like I said, Tekken 7. I'm a huge Tekken buff. I love the series. I love every single game. I've played every single game on the major consoles and over some handhelds and maybe some other spin-offs besides the tournament series. So it's gonna go to Tekken for me. Injustice 2 is a very close second. I really don't have a third because I haven't played ARMS. I don't like MVC, and I don't really like Nidok. So
all right. I think another category we should probably dive into
Oh, yeah.
best multiplayer.
Just had to grab.
That seems
Oh,
like a
yeah.
pretty
Wait,
important
wait.
one.
What?
what?
Best multiplayer.
Can we do RPG after that?
Sure.
Yeah. Of
Okay.
course.
All right. Multiplayer. The
We also got
we got Fortnite.
so we just skipped that whole middle section because most of that is just like poop.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a lot of
Like the whole
We-
middle
we sh-
section is VR, handheld, mobile, and like that's poop. Like no reason to go over those.
well, it's, I mean,
stuff.
like
Well,
we
look,
said
look,
earlier, like
and
a
then
lot of these
and
are
then
very
there's
repetitive.
and then there's games for Impact, which really we only like know about these one because all these other ones look just weird. Like
There's
there's
just a lot of duplicates in here, but
yeah, it's
for
fun.
the best multiplayer nominees for the Video Game Awards 2017 are
Hold on.
you got Fortnite, COD, World War II, Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Destiny 2, and PUBG. But
Okay, Jared, you want to take the honors and read this description here?
I got to. For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre. Okay.
Who wants to take the floor here? Devin, why don't you go first?
Yeah, for me, I think it just has to be PUBG. Just the way. it
Dude,
took
I didn't
over
even
the
know there
world.
was a new Mario Kart. Hold on.
It's not a new one. It
It-
was
it
the
has
one
just
for the
remake.
Wii U, but they just
Uh-oh.
added all the stuff that was added to it later and put it for the Switch.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mario
yeah.
Kart and Splatoon are very fun games. I will give them that, but it's just more for the family friendly
Apparently, there was
crowd.
a big Splatoon 2 like competitive like
There
community out there.
is. There
From what I've
is.
seen, I'm like, wow, that's very interesting.
But yeah, Devin, why do you think it's PUBG?
It's just the way it took over the world. I mean, everyone, pretty much everyone on Steam has either played it or is
Where
playing it
it's going
currently.
to.
Yeah, I bought the game for Ethan. I saw I had no information going into the game besides what I saw from like a 45-second trailer, and I'm like, yeah, I'll buy this. It's only $30. And then Ethan's like, I don't have any money, and I was like, you know what? I'll buy it for you too. You pay me back later.
What a
So
good friend.
But
yeah,
a good. Oh, just like with Assassin's Creed Revelations.
No, no. For those of you who don't know, I went to GameStop one day.
This was like
Years
5
ago.
or
Years
6
ago
years ago,
was this.
maybe. Like 6 years ago. Yeah,
And
we've all known each other for like 8 years. So
yeah, so Jared goes and buys one of our friends, Randy, a
listen, hey,
a
no,
deluxe. What is
listen,
it? Deluxe
listen.
version
That
of it?
no, the reason you guys wanted to get it was because you saw me playing it, and then everybody bought their own copy of it.
I
Just
worked at Best
stupid.
Buy at the time, and we were
Yeah, that
selling it
was
for
It
like
was
hilarious.
$10 and
$5.
it came out like a
Yeah.
month later or a month earlier because it was so
Because
bad.
Yeah,
that game did not do well.
it was not. It was not the greatest. There have been worse Assassin's Creed titles.
Jared,
Like,
you
oh.
gotta say it like it is, motherfucker. Just because Assassin's Creed, then you gotta put it on a different scale.
Listen,
It's
no,
a good game.
Revelations was not a good Assassin's Creed game.
Or a good game in general.
Neither was 3, and neither was Unity.
Okay,
Neither
no.
was
Listen,
any of them.
listen,
Black Flag,
listen
I
here.
was completely
Listen,
yeah.
listen here.
Mine is like
I did
what,
not like Black
Assassin's Creed
Flag.
2
I did
and
not like
Brotherhood.
Black Flag because the story in it was poop. I did not like Unity because the story in it is poop. However, the
And then-
gameplay and all the available things you could do, the sheer amount of shit that you could do was really good.
Shit.
The game was bad because the story was garbage. And they started off with a whole bunch of glitches. However, once those are all fixed, the game it's a good game. It's just the main story is trash and I can't play it. But like I'll play the game, but I'm not playing it for the main story. I'm playing it for all the side quests and shit like that. But Assassin's Creed 3, that was just bad. Revelations is bad. Black Flag was I didn't like
know
it. It
Game-
wasn't really an
Game
Assassin's Creed
Awards
game.
had
It was more like
an
a pirate
Assassin's
game.
Creed category.
Oh yeah, they do.
So
No,
Devin,
anyways.
do you want to elaborate any further on why Battlegrounds you think is the best pick out of these?
No, not really. I wish World War II was good. I miss Call of Duty, but the shit's not coming back.
I heard World War II is a little bit better, but yeah, I wouldn't spend $60 on it.
No, oh hell no.
Absolutely not.
Jared, do you want to?
What?
Yeah, Jared, the multiplayer master. Would you like to
Multiplayer. Oh
elaborate?
yeah.
The man who
I'm a
plays
master at this. I'm gonna say, Destiny 2.
Was that your throat? Did you just? Was that a hiccup?
Get
What
out
was
of
it?
chat right now.
Let's see. No, I would. I saw one person playing World War II. I mean, it seems like the regular it just seems like another Call of Duty title. But the fact that they went back in time makes me happier. So they did redeem themselves very slightly. They're still damned, but they moved up a circle in hell. Essentially
Wow.
for Call of Duty. What?
Apparently, World War II for Call of Duty was actually in production before Battlefield 1 was, from what I've read. Don't quote me on that.
It doesn't matter. Battlefield 1 is World War 1. Eat it. So, I've seen people play Fortnite, and that looks very fun and cartoony. There's actually some like lore in it. I thought that was fun. I'm not really suited to give an opinion on multiplayer games. I haven't played a multiplayer game in 5 years, so other than fighting games, but I'm really.
Did you buy Overwatch, Jared, during Black Friday?
I did buy it. I bought it. It is sitting.
We were gonna have
It is
some
sitting
problems.
there until I have good internet connection.
We were about to have some problems if you didn't.
No, I bought it.
No.
I bought the Game of the Year edition.
All right. I want to go throw in my input here if that's okay.
No, it's not. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
Okay, so the only games I haven't played on here are No. The only game I haven't played is Splatoon 2. I played Mario Kart 8, not the deluxe version, but I played it on the Wii U.
In 2DS, remember that? Or was that 7?
That was
That
7.
was 7.
That was 7. But okay, so like what you said, Devin, it's like, I mean, Splatoon 2 does have a competitive scene. I have seen it, but those games are not really accessible to me, so I can't really put them up there. And plus, I think Mario Kart is more suited for like the family/friend aspect, because you go over to your friend's house, you go play Mario Kart. You don't really like.
And then you leave, not friends anymore. But that's another story.
You don't
No,
really
that's
like.
when
You
you
don't really
play
like tell them to get
Sorry
together
or
and like, hey, let's go play Mario Kart online. It's like,
Monopoly.
Or Mario
it's more
Party.
so for that experience when you're together
Okay.
IRL.
You guys are so lucky. You cannot smell this fucking
Dude,
fart.
they need to release Mario Party. They need to make another Mario Party, but make it not console exclusive.
You mean like Nintendo just in general?
Yeah,
But
just Nintendo in general.
so now going up the list, I think see, I'm gonna rule out Fortnite just because Fortnite's original game before they copied off of Battlegrounds
Battle Royale.
is
Yeah.
it was a game. It was like a defense tower, a tower defense game, sorta, where you kind of build your own tower and defenses, and you were just fighting off waves and zombies. That was literally just a game.
Yeah.
Then they adapted the whole battle royale thing from PUBG, and I mean I've looked on Twitch. A lot of people are playing this game, but it's for the royale thing because that shit's free.
Yeah,
The actual
Royale
game
is-
costs money, but the royale part is free. So
Wait, hold
like,
on, Christian.
What's up?
Can you give this stream a better title and put it in a different section?
How do I do that?
Just oh my god.
We'll get to that another day. But
Well, no, because we gotta like name it properly so that people will click on it. So instead of just naming it like my first stream, name it like
Broke Boi Gaming.
fucking Broke Boi Gaming
Podcast.
Game of the Year podcast.
VGA Awards.
No, not of VGA. Just say Game of the Year, and then boom. Just trust me.
Streaming. Fuck. What should we put for the stream? Oh shit.
I don't know. What are the?
Can I put podcast?
I don't know. Or no, it's like.
Or do we just not put anything?
What is this? Just put streaming podcast. I guess. Or no, not streaming. What is it? It's like
no. It's the title or the
no
categories.
IRL. Put IRL. Ethan just said put IRL.
See, that's what I was gonna say, but IRL just, I don't know, leaves a cancerous taste in my.
Oh yeah, he's right. Okay.
Okay, you
Sweet.
can I continue or should I still wait?
No, go ahead. Yeah, thank you, Ethan, for helping us out.
So I'm gonna roll Fortnite out. Now it's between PUBG, COD, and Destiny. COD, I'm gonna have to roll out just because the game is kind of like okay, we understand we outdid the whole future, so let's go back to the past, but not make it as good. Like they had a lot of time not all the time. They had a lot of games to look in their discography because the first 3 in World at War were all World War II themed games. So it's like you look at those games, and then you look at the games that you know people love to play, like MW2, COD 4, World at War, Black Ops 2. I think I already said that. I mean, even though I'm pretty sure this is just an Activision cash grab, and they don't really put any heart into these games.
Oh, that's like Activision's like that's what they thrive on is the cash grab. But
it's like you could have at least done a little bit more. They did try to attempt to make this game like back to the ways, but
also
yeah.
This multiplayer is best example of where popular versus good applies.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Destiny,
I know.
Destiny 2, terrible, but it's popular, so that's why it's on here.
it's just like Call of Duty, terrible, but it's
Call of
popular.
Duty, terrible, but it's popular. It's right on here. Fortnite and PUBG are good and popular, so good.
But for COD, I like the multiplayer experience is still just so the same. I mean, like it's like
just,
okay,
it's
you
the
know what
same formula, and unfortunately, a lot of people haven't outgrown the formula of Call of Duty. They've had the same formula for
Literally
15
since
years.
like Call of Duty.
15
2.
years.
Yeah.
So they were released. What was that, like 2006 or something? I don't even.
I'm not entirely too sure.
Then.
It was before that.
But-
Yeah, it's just.
But I
Or
so
I might be wrong.
the last two, Destiny 2 and PUBG, Destiny 2, see, I play this game on PC.
Mhm.
Playing it with Ethan and Fomar, like, the game was fun. I admit, I did like the game. I do like the game. It's really fun to play with friends, but it just got to a point really quick where it was like, okay, we have to do this, and that to get the gear. Okay, now what? I'm bored. Let's turn it off. You know, like all the things that appealed to me in the beginning of the game kind of just wore its time or wore its value off over a short period of time. And I mean, of course, you're gonna release 2 DLC packs, but like, you know, besides adding some narrative and some new stuff, it's like, what are you gonna do to make this game have the life that it did for me?
I feel like for games, what they've been doing now, instead of what here, I'm gonna compare this to like dinner, right? To dinner and an appetizer, right? Except we're gonna pretend, or no, dinner and dessert. There you go. Okay. A game should be able to satisfy your stomach, as in your need as a gamer, like dinner does, by itself as soon as it's released. And if you enjoyed the dinner enough and feel like spending money at the restaurant, you could buy the dessert. If you weren't completely satisfied, but you were satisfied enough. And the dessert is the DLC. A dinner should not be only about the dessert. A dinner should be about the dinner first and dessert second. What games been doing? Games have been focusing on dessert first and the dinner second, which is so stupid. Or they'll just like, all right, you want dinner? All right, here you go. We're just gonna make you a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
No,
mind you, you're getting a peanut butter and jelly sandwich at Olive Garden. You don't do that.
I would just say it's more of, you know, like when you see those McDonald's commercials or like, you know, Red Lobster and shit, you know, it looks amazing, like on screen.
Looks
like
amazing.
The preview is fantastic. You're like, wow, like I could really go for, you know, a salad or one of these nice pastas at Olive Garden. And then when you get there, it's like, well, I could have made this shit at home. Like, but no, it's all good. Shall we move?
I think I haven't even really picked one. I mean, the obvious choice here for me personally is going to be PUBG. Just because it kind of like when it came out.
I was going to say Mario Kart in general, just because I've always enjoyed playing the Mario Kart series. I'm terrible at PUBG, even though, you know, PUBG would probably win, which is totally fine. I mean, it's a great game, but I would just say that Mario Kart 8, just my own personal votes for this. So I mean, I have a lot of fond memories with the Mario Kart series. So
all right.
Oh, excuse me.
So we good?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Oh, it's an RPG. Let's go.
Oh yeah, Christian and me and Christian.
Call your tits.
Here we go. For the best game. Ooh, designed with rich player character customization.
RPG. Gubba gubba gubba. No, I was kidding.
For the best game.
You guys can have this one.
For the best game designed with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. Including doesn't mean it has to have that.
All right.
We don't have an hour cap on this discussion here.
No. All right. So there's South Park: The Fractured But Whole, Final Fantasy 15, Divinity Original Sin 2, Nier,
Nier Automata. Who cares? It's Asian.
Wow, Jared.
That's not racist.
I was
it's just
kidding.
and then
And Persona 5.
Yeah.
I played the first South Park game, Stick of Truth. I had a blast with it. It was like I was playing like an entire, it's like a movie of, a new movie of South Park, an interactive movie. I've heard funny things about the fractured butthole, especially when you first go into the game and it chooses your difficulty. It actually goes by skin color.
What are the names of the difficulty? It's like hardcore black.
No, like literally, it's like the whiter you are, like it. Apparently, the creator said it doesn't. It's not, the actual difficulty, but I think it's like as much money as you can earn or something like that.
Oh my god!
But I thought that was fucking hysterical, and I was like, I mean, it's South Park. Satire is everywhere, and it's like, I would expect nothing less. I've never played Nier Automata.
I watched some videos. From what I've seen, the game
is phenomenal.
The game is phenomenal. However, what I've noticed is that it does seem kind of barren and empty in terms of NPCs and things like that. So that's why I'm not really feeling it.
I never played Persona 5 either. Mine is going to be. I never played Divinity Original Sin 2, but I do have the first one.
It looks.
It's rated one of the best RPGs, but I'm gonna have to go with Final Fantasy 15.
Phenomenal. It's like Divinity reminds me of like Diablo, but like good. And
wow.
Sorry. No. I love Diablo 3.
Blizzard.
No, I love Diablo 3, dude. I like.
Oh, absolutely.
Remember, guys, I have that achievement. I've talked to every single NPC. I've heard literally all of the lore in the game.
The lore is fantastic, but
yeah. But Divinity Original Sin 2, from what I've seen, it's kind of like top down, but it's not as like. It's very, very detailed for a top down game.
Yeah.
Having played, I've seen Persona 5 in action. That does seem really amazing. However, what I have seen is that a large portion of the game is just going to school, and like that just seems kind of boring and like redundant. Yeah, you play a video game when you're not in school. You don't want to play a video game just to go to school in the game. That's redundant. But I mean, I think Final Fantasy 15 would have to take the bet for RPG this year. Even though you don't really design your own character, because there are other games that are like this, that are RPGs, that could easily qualify for this category, like Horizon Zero Dawn. Technically, that's an RPG. It's just
people
don't really. An RPG is just kind of a loose term. Final Fantasy 15, yeah, sure, it's an RPG.
Also known as Final Fantasy 13 Versus. It's supposed to come out. I believe it was either for it's supposed to come out for the PS2. I want to say. I think it was. And then it was supposed to come out for the PS2. It's like 10-year long game. It finally came out. Honestly, I mean, RPG mechanic wise, I would say Divinity Original Sin 2 probably will win. But my vote's gonna go for Final Fantasy 15. I played the living shite out of this game on my Xbox One, and I honestly cannot wait.
Why are you saying shite? Just say shit. Come on.
I've been playing a lot of Witcher. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Oh, you've been playing it. Never mind. It's good. It's good. It's getting to you. That's good. That's supposed to happen.
Final Fantasy 15 was. I love the story. It was a Final Fantasy game I've been waiting for a very long time. And I can't wait for it to come out for PC next year. I believe it comes out in February. But I do plan on picking up Divinity Original Sin 2 as well. Hopefully during the
how much is that? Do we have a broke boy deal on that, Devin? Devin is the broke boy dealer.
What is the inquiry?
Divinity Original Sin 2.
I think it's $45. Like
the power of the internet.
Yeah. Yep.
I think
that's $45.
Yeah, that's like
on Steam.
Yeah,
and here for me, let's see how long it takes to beat it.
I think it was on sale for like $10 less, or 10% off, or something like that during the autumn sale. But yeah, I've read extensively on it. It's a good one.
All right, so let's see here.
All right. Now that we've nerded
No,
out
hold
on
on.
the RPG.
Hold on. Ooh, ooh. Divinity Original Sin 2. So it costs $45, and it takes to do everything in the game takes on average 120 hours. That is a deal. That is a deal
is
for
a deal.
$45. That is a deal. See, my opinion is that a game cap, the maximum you should charge for it, excluding DLC, is $60. But if you're gonna charge $60, you should or just so $1 should be able to equate to approximately 1 hour of in-game time. But once you reach 60, you can make a game like 100 hours. It'll still be $60. But if you're going to pay at least $1, I'd expect to get at least an hour of game time. So that's $45. I expect at least 45 hours, and that is almost triple that for how long it takes.
Oh,
to take.
absolutely.
That's a good deal.
Absolutely. I'm sorry your Assassin's Creed isn't on this list.
Listen. Oh, yes it is. Yes it is.
For RPG?
No, best action adventure. Ooh.
Oh my god. But yeah, that's I think that does it for RPG. I just had to nerd out there for a second. Actually, I would like to make a special nomination for Pokemon Yellow.
What?
I'm just kidding. It's
All right,
I just really love that game. All right. So is there any other topic you guys want to cover or
yeah, best action
category, I
adventure
guess?
game. Best action adventure game.
We've
Okay.
been recording for an hour and 36 minutes.
Yep. Best action adventure game. For the best action/adventure game, combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. Okay.
I think my choice is not Assassin's Creed.
Fuck out of here. All right.
Wait, you said strategy games?
No, it's best for the best action adventure. So it's combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving.
So
Just-
not Assassin's
Just to
Creed.
spite you,
Wow.
I'm gonna go Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild on this one.
Now, listen, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is a very good contender for the title. However, it is lacking in terms of the amount of NPCs and shit. The world is empty. From what I've seen, it can get very tiresome and boring.
There's nothing more adventurous than talking to a non-playable character. I tell you what.
But it's empty, dude. It's like you'll wander for hours without doing anything. Like okay. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Now I haven't played that, but from what I understand, it's a good game. Super Mario Odyssey. We've discussed that way earlier in here. I guess it's a good action adventure game. From what Seth has said, Horizon Zero Dawn has a huge open world, good action adventure game. I like Assassin's Creed Origins, but
Oh, no shit.
hey, listen though. This is not I'm honest with you guys when the Assassin's Creed game is bad, but I have a problem, so I play it even if it's a piece of poop. This is seen by me playing Unity almost every year, but Assassin's Creed Origins outdid themselves. Everything that was wrong with the Assassin's Creed games has been corrected. So the story faults, the gameplay maneuvers, and the gameplay is no longer like a button mashing shit like in Arkham Asylum where you just counter combo shit, or like in the Arkham games. It's like it's an actual think Witcher 3 combat. That's Assassin's Creed Origins combat. It's it's a hitbox system. You can swing whenever you want. Enemies will gang up on you and just fucking attack you and maul
like
you.
every other Assassin's Creed game ever.
No, what?
I'm kidding.
No, the other Assassin's Creed games, when enemies ganged up on you, you could deflect everything, counter everything, and it would be over right then and there. In this one, you actually have to try, and you will die. If somebody's 2 levels higher than you, they're most likely guaranteed to kill you in 1 or 2 hits. In the game, they went to more of an RPG aspect. It was really good. Open world. It's all of Lower Egypt. The map itself is approximately 10 miles big, 10 miles wide, and it's 10 miles long and maybe about 7 miles wide or something. That's insane. It's one of the biggest. It's the size of Black Flag, but it's all on land, which is it's just a crazy game. The story elements are good. They also reintroduced puzzle solving. I also experienced hallucinations in the desert. It's a wonderful game. Do you guys have any other say on this stuff?
What is his best action adventure? You said, yeah,
I
like I
mean, yeah,
said, Legend
I'll
of
give
Zelda.
it to you.
What's up?
I'll give you Origins. I'll just give it to you. You need to pick me up, Jared. I will give you my vote for
I'm
Origins.
doing Legend of Zelda's Breath of the Wild. That's just
I
me.
think my
I have
personal
Origins, but I haven't played it yet.
my personal opinion for this one is going to be Odyssey.
Okay.
The adventuring in that game, the platforming, and just a sense of discovering like a new but also familiar world within the universe is top notch in this fucking game. It's really
Watch Dogs 2.
shut up.
Not.
Did you buy it, Devin?
What? Watch Dogs 2?
Yeah, it was like $20 on Black Friday.
It
I'm
should
not
be
gonna play it
7
again.
cents.
Oh, wait, you play Watch Dogs too?
Oh, I beat that shit. I beat that whole shit because it was good.
No, it wasn't.
Oh shit.
Also,
No, that was the first
just
game.
for any of you watching, if it's just not us,
I'm not watching. Oh, I don't know if I actually.
Assassin's Creed Origins, they introduce a new modern day protagonist. That's
Oh,
it. That's all I'm gonna give
okay.
away.
Spoiler!
So there hasn't been one in like 4 years, ever since 3. Ever since Assassin's Creed 3. So that was something that was much needed. I'm really happy with it. Also, just the story progression, it is top notch.
Yeah.
And exploring ancient Egypt, discovering tombs, raiding tombs, discovering some first civilization artifacts it's crazy. All right, so are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to. So, do you guys think there's going to be any special announcements during the VGAs?
What do you mean?
Just you know how they have just little snippets here or there, like special announcements, maybe for a certain game or.
I think they could show the desert map.
I would want to see something from Bethesda Studios.
Yeah.
Not
I just
Bethesda,
wanted to talk about
like,
something else
because
really
we have
quick.
Wolfenstein 2, but that's published by Bethesda. Like they didn't make the Bethesda Studios did not make that. They're just the publisher. We haven't seen something from Bethesda Studios in years.
Ever since,
which is like crazy.
Skyrim.
Ever since Skyrim, we haven't seen. So they're we know they're working on something. They have said, well, no, ever since Fallout 4, so we haven't seen something. So
okay, yeah.
Yeah, they said they're working on something. I don't know what. We don't know what. But it's bound to be good, knowing Todd Howard. So
it better be good,
dude. No Bethesda Studios game has been bad. From studios, not publishers. Studios. What's been bad? Oh my god.
Okay, I wouldn't say bad, but
like
a game that was
less than par.
I would have to say Fallout 4. I mean, I love the game, and everything. It's just with a lot of their newer games, like with Skyrim and Fallout 4, like think of Oblivion and think of Skyrim. Oblivion was way more in depth and complicated.
They need
to
they've
stray
been
away
lacking
from the user-friendly.
What they've been lacking in is storytelling. They need to get a new writer on, because whoever's writing this shit is pooped out. If you look at quest mechanics from Oblivion, just each quest versus Skyrim, the ones in Oblivion were more enjoyable and just more unique. Every single quest was different. They put more time into it. You just need I don't know, they need new writers or something for these like stories.
No, yeah, I mean that's the only thing. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like I like Fallout, but I mean New Vegas was better, in my opinion. But I'm not sure what Seth's thoughts on that were. But
I didn't really like New Vegas compared to Fallout 3 just because I thought the faction system was broken, which it was.
The faction system was. I mean, it could have been better. Concept of the faction system was cool that they added. They added it to it. I liked it. I thought they could have done it a little bit better. You know what I mean? But I mean, personally, Fallout 3 just holds a special place in my heart. That was the first Fallout game I played, and I've never besides. I mean, I don't know if there wasn't a game before.
There wasn't any. Bethesda didn't own it before that.
No, I meant like any other game in terms of story like that I was so immersed. That was
Mhm.
like my first game where I just like I wanted to beat the entire game just because the story just expanded past
DLC
the
and
main
all.
quest. Yeah.
Um,
and all.
Now let's go to best action game if we
I
want
think
to. I mean,
we can do that, or I mean, we pretty much got all the main points from
Yeah,
this.
because a lot of these are so redundant.
yeah.
It's like
We
Cuphead.
should
Well,
probably get to the game of the year.
yeah.
Yeah, let's just do Game of the Year and then. Okay,
Alright.
so the Game of the Year nominees are Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, PUBG, Persona 5, and Horizon Zero Dawn from Guerrilla Games.
I think it's Horizon Zero Dawn.
I'm going to go with Breath of the Wild. I know I've been saying that a lot tonight, everyone, but
Really
Yeah.
like that game, goddamn.
yeah.
I'm going with Mario Odyssey. I've not heard a single bad thing about that game yet.
Very true.
Okay, so what I think would be game of the year out of these options would probably be Odyssey. Odyssey is been getting nothing but praise and just good reviews, and I've seen gameplay of it, and it's just like fun. It emphasizes creativity, adventure, and fun, and that's what Nintendo does with this particular game series. What I think might win is a tie between Player Unknown's Battlegrounds and Zelda.
Yeah, even the developer of PUBG didn't even think, like, they didn't even know that it was nominated, and they're like, what? Like, it's. Well, oh yeah, PUBG, since it's coming out to Xbox as well for all you console gamers out there, unfortunately, it will not be using the full power of the X.
4K.
It sounds like
it's going to be a
sounds like
30
the Genesis.
FPS for across the entire board for the Xbox community, which I
It
think is kind of
sounds like the-
unfortunate. It sucks on Microsoft's part, like, but even on PC, it gives us some frame rate issues as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's still in early access.
But yeah,
But
so.
I think PUBG, just because of the impact this game had, nobody saw the game coming. This guy was like, "Oh, let's just make this like battle royale game," and it just went from like 0 to 100.
Let's take
literally
H1Z1
real
and
quick.
put it somewhere else. No.
Okay. Now, since we
Uh,
are we good? Wait.
I was gonna say
we
one
should
more
do
thing.
what?
I think also, like I said, I thought, what I think might actually win, Zelda. Its rise to popularity came from it being the release title for the Switch. It's
Oh,
also
absolutely.
a really good game. So like,
Either
I
way,
think
Nintendo wins.
yes. So I think it's between those two, Battlegrounds and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it's just when I first saw Breath of the Wild, it was just I was blown away, and I was like, wow, like they didn't just pump out like another Zelda game or whatever. Like it wasn't just like, oh, this new one's gonna have this. It really it shook me. I was like, oh, like it just looks great. I definitely want to try to torrent it on PC and give it a go. Honestly, because I know a few people have been able to play it. Some people have been able to play it at 4K.
Whoa. 4K textures.
Yeah.
4K Minecraft.
So
yeah, that does suck for Xbox
Now,
and PUBG though. With
what
30 FPS
are our most anticipated games?
of 20?
So games presented after December 7th, so after the Game Awards are done. So
coming into next year, because
just coming in next year. I'm not gonna do the stuff that's on the VGA list. We're just gonna
Okay, thank
name
God.
stuff.
Next year?
Yeah, next year.
Let's
for
dig
me-
in.
For me, it's gonna be Crackdown 3. I've been waiting for that
Crackdown
damn
3.
game
I honestly,
forever.
I don't know, dude. It looks like
I will
doesn't look that-
destroy everything.
It looks so unfinished when they.
it looks completely unfinished,
yeah.
dude.
I
But
don't
it
care.
doesn't look
That
next
was-
to
that
at
game's
all.
that
so
was
bad.
months ago, but yeah.
I gotta say, I think that game's getting canceled. Like the
Mm.
string of Xbox games getting canceled in a row is
It is
Yeah.
true. Like, what was that one game? There was that one
Scalebound?
exclusive. Yeah, that game
Scalebound.
looked
It
wonderful.
looks really cool. Yeah, Fable they let go. Well, Fable Lionhead Studios is making a little bit of a comeback with their Fable card game. So they're not technically completely out of the game yet, but that's
I'm looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Everyone is.
Everybody is.
Yeah,
Everybody has to
That's a
be.
big
Am
one.
I the only person that didn't like Red Dead Redemption?
Get out.
absolutely.
I didn't like
Put
the
'em.
game. I thought it was subpar. I'm sorry.
Mute kick.
There's also God of War, the next God of War.
Yeah, okay. No. Because Sony does not have any. There's only a few concrete games coming out next year that we know. Like Far Cry 5 comes out in
That's gonna be a good one.
February. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to Dragon Ball Fighters. Maybe State of Decay 2, possibly. Definitely Final Fantasy 15.
Ooh, there's
Or-
this one RPG takes place like in Bohemia. It takes place in old Bohemia in like the Middle Ages. I forget what it's called.
But I don't know. But yeah, Sony's was for Sony's press conference. They were like, "Oh, the Spider-Man game coming out 2018." Like that could literally mean from January 1st to obviously the end of the year. So
Yeah.
that could. I don't know what God of War, Spider-Man, or aren't they remaking the remake of Shadow Colossus or something? That was something that they put out at E3 as well, but I don't know. I don't know. It's Sony, so who knows what the fuck they're thinking. But what other games are coming out in 2018? Does anyone know? There's a lot of games coming out in April. Last time I checked. Let me pull up that list. But go ahead and talk.
Metro Exodus is another big game coming out.
Anthem.
Oh, I forgot about that
Anthem's
game.
lit. Yep.
We'll finally have a game that rivals Destiny 2, and maybe, just maybe, Bungie will start trying because they really don't have any.
I mean,
competition
it
right
is
now.
BioWare Studios, so hopefully they're off of their Mass Effect kick and they went back to their Dragon Age level of skill making with Anthem.
Oh yeah, not Conan Exiles. I'm sorry. What the hell was I gonna say? Darksiders 3 is supposed to come out as well, but there's not like a set release date on that.
Wait, what? That's already out.
Darksiders 3.
Oh no! I was thinking of Dark Souls. Whoops.
Yeah, that game was interesting. Yeah, there is a lot of games coming out in 2018, specifically in April.
Oh, there's the Detroit Become Human.
Mm.
That's interesting. Far Cry 5. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes! Oh my god. Even though it probably won't come to PC right away, if at all, I would like it to, because holy fuck, why not?
So yeah, there's a lot of games that are coming out.
Yeah.
Any games in particular for you, Devin?
Oh boy, so many games that I don't know about.
You can stick with Far Cry 5 for now.
Yeah, that's gonna be good because
I'm ready for Vampire.
I want to make the racist right wing people mad.
Vampire. It's the
Oh.
vampire RPG. That's set for.
Oh yeah,
release
that's
next
right.
year.
And this is another game
That's
called
too much of a Jared game.
Another game
What?
called Vein. It's very dark. It's
Also-
like Dark Souls-esque as well.
Also, Kingdom Come Deliverance. If you guys haven't seen that,
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
do you know what it is?
Why you put the emphasis on come?
I'm
You
sorry.
started a vodcast?
What?
I just got a notification about it.
The hell?
I'm checking out on Twitch. Oh, he's sketching.
Yeah.
How the hell did he do that? We
What?
ask him oh yeah, by the way, a shout out to our friend on Twitch. His name is the Crazed EB. Check out his content if you guys.
He mostly does art, but occasionally, he'll be playing the games with us.
Yeah,
You can you can also hear our
conversations.
conversations in there too. We're usually online, and he
Yeah, I did not know that
talking.
whatsoever. But yeah,
Yeah.
check out the Crazed DB. Great artist, great streamer. I know he's getting his start too, but he definitely knows his stuff. So yeet.
Oh yeah.
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 Broke Boy Deals, Devin.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Broke
How
Boy.
could we forget? You see, everyone that has been talking this time, we are all broke in some capacity.
Oh yeah, literally 26 cents.
Yes.
So
It's
12 cents.
especially those graduated from college.
we need to scratch and call out the good deals any way we can get them for video games, because video games spending money is not very fiscally responsible if you're an adult. So you gotta find ways
You
to
gotta
be
pick your
creative about it.
battles. Yeah.
So as far as Broke Boy Gaming deals, it's just a segment we have on the show where I'm going to break down the best deals that are currently out when you're listening to this. As of right now, it is December 3rd, 2017. That's when the deals are currently active. One great deal that I recently picked up myself, there's a couple Doom bundles on fanatical.com. You can get the new Doom game for $9.99.
Can you
Really good.
can you link that in the Discord? I'm gonna put it in the.
Link into the comments section below. No.
I'm gonna put it in the stream. Christian, what is your background?
Yeah, we already talked about that when you were gone.
It
It's
is
called Wallpaper Engine.
Wallpaper
I
Engine
have
on
it too.
Steam. It's like $3-4. If you don't have it, get
It's
it.
so
actually
worth it. Makes it look nice.
Absolutely, definitely worth it. There's so many of these fantastic.
That looks like
gems.
something I'd seen.
I have one where it's literally just all the MK2 characters falling into the pit.
Dude,
It's just a cycle
so
of all the
sweet.
characters falling. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
some of these, are on a loop. Some of them, there's a lot of different, like
how much was it? $3?
something like that. So like.
All right.
this
Anyways,
one-
Broke Boy Deals. Hold on. Broke Boy Deals.
Another-
You mind linking those in the Discord, and we can put it in this chat.
Another great deal that we found on Steam earlier today, actually. Me and Christian picked up this game, I believe. You can get the whole Binding of Isaac collection for $1.32,
Oof.
which is quite the steal, I'd say. I mean, I've not played the game yet, but I've heard it's an amazing game from a few people.
Oh
So
yeah, the first Binding of Isaac game, and
you get the
just
first
like-
game, all the DLC for $1.32. Like, come on now, let's just scoop that up real quick. Just scoop it up,
for sure.
easy.
But yeah, this is definitely going to be the last section, everyone, as well, because we're gonna go play some games, hopefully. But we'll let Devin wrap up here, and yeah.
All right.
Those are a few of the best games that are found on sale. The newest Humble Bundle includes Quantum Break for $12 and a few other games.
Probably
I
off subscription,
personally enjoyed Quantum Break. I thought it was a good original idea for a game, including the TV show and whatnot. So if you haven't played that yet, I do recommend it.
yeah.
Other than that, nothing too much to go through. But
I just have one more little deal that I found earlier in the week. I don't know if it's still available, but if you're in the market for any new PC hardware, and if you're as broke as a joke as me, I'm building a new PC myself. Hopefully, should be done by this coming up Tuesday. But I was stuck between getting a new hard drive, SSHD, which hybrid drive. I think it's on Newegg for $100. It was either $99 or $96, and you got Assassin's Creed Origins with it for free. I don't know if that deal's still going on, but that's just something I wanted to push out there. But I think we're towards the end of this podcast because
Yeah. That's the deal.
I hope you guys' ears are still going strong.
I hope your ears aren't bleeding yet.
Yeah.
Um,
we're new at all this, like we said, prior 2 hours ago, and yeah, we hope you guys enjoy the content. We're definitely working to better ourselves and better this podcast and just having a good time with it. Just overall,
For first podcast, this is pretty good.
yeah, we're not really looking for views. We're kind of just hope just hanging out, talking video games and
Hanging out,
shit,
helping
and,
people
yeah.
save
Hell
money.
yeah.
But views are also great.
Yeah, views are
would
good too.
be, views would be cool, but it's not about the views. It's just, it's a big hobby of ours, and we've known each other for some odd years now. So yeah, is there any other last words anyone else would like to say?
Pop tarts.
Ah,
No.
Cue the outro.